March 8th, A Word in Season to the Weary by Brother Bakht Singh. I delight to do thy will, O my God, yea, thy law is within my heart. Psalm 40 verse 8. David came to be known as a valiant man. There was reason for David to be proud of his sling and 5 stones, with which he had been able to kill a lion and a bear and Goliath. David had other qualifications too, of which he could have been proud. He was clever in playing many musical instruments. He was prudent in all matters and not like common shepherds who are usually ignorant and often foolish. Besides all this, he was a good-looking man. A young man with so many qualifications might usually expect to rise to a very high position in life. However, David did not have any worldly ambitions. He had only one longing, to serve the living God, as we see from his words in 1 Samuel chapter 17 verse 26. God was saying to him, "David, if you want to serve me and enjoy my faithfulness, do not depend upon your 5 stones and sling, nor upon your high qualifications, nor upon your human wisdom. I will take away your 5 stones and give you 5 better ones." As the Lord took Moses to Midian, so now he took David through 5 great experiences in his life, and gave him always one by one 5 greater stones which he might use as weapons. That is always God's way with us. He takes away something less valuable and less useful, and gives us instead something better and greater. According to the standards of his day, David was the best qualified man in the whole country. So he might have thought that because of these qualifications he would be much appreciated by his countrymen. He found that on the contrary, these same qualifications were instrumental in making Saul his enemy, because jealousy was stirred up in him. Saul tried to kill David 3 times. David had to escape into the wilderness. Thus God brought him to the cave of Adullam, meaning resting place. At the same time God brought Abiathar, the priest, to David, and Abiathar brought with him the ephod of the high priest. Thus it was that David learned to speak with God through the priest and the ephod. This is the first precious stone God had planned to give David in the place of the 5 stones of his sling. So the first stone represents to us the capacity to speak with God and find out His will for every matter in our life and ministry. We cannot defeat the devices of the enemy merely through our Bible knowledge, or our long prayers and fasting, or by putting on simple clothes. We can do it only by knowing God's will and doing it. If we continue doing the will of God day by day faithfully, we will see the enemy defeated again and again, and we will be able to appropriate his victory. So may the Lord teach us how to speak with God and find His will, and then obey Him implicitly. This is the first stone God gave to David.